UFC, Formula One, and WWE could be the next acquisition targets for streaming giants. Good luck with that. I don't think, oh man, try and pull off one of those deals. You know what that would be worth? Any of those three? Niche sports organizations such as UFC, WWE, and Formula One could be alluring acquisition targets for big streaming companies like Disney and Netflix. Disney nearly acquired the UFC in 2016, sources said. Well, because Disney has ESPN and ESPN had the deal. Buying a sports league would enable a company to control expensive licensing rights that seem to increase with each renewal. Well, doesn't the WWE have its own thing anyway?
Yeah, it's a network
for streaming. So they would go to zero. So the deal would have to be enormous for them. UFC has Fight Pass, which is sort of like that, but they also have TV deals. Are they still with ESPN, or are they with somebody else now? UFC?
Endeavor
is who bought the UFC in 2016, yeah. Disney and the UFC had negotiated broad terms of a deal in which the entertainment giant would acquire the combat sports company for around $4.3 billion. I guess the Endeavor deal was bigger. Disney, which owns the majority of sports broadcast network ESPN, has toyed with the idea of buying sports leagues for years. One of the people said then Disney CEO Bob Iger was the model executive for brilliant intellectual property acquisitions, buying Pixar, Lucasfilm, and Marvel. Marvel deals sure definitely looking good. However, he nixed the potential deal with the UFC. He thought it was maybe not a Disney brand, maybe a little too much blood, and maybe a little too mature or something. I don't know.
Too much Connor.
And 2 years later, Disney's ESPN paid $1.5 billion for UFC TV in a 5-year deal. Well, okay, there you go. You don't even have to buy the whole thing. You can get, these deals are worth billions of dollars just to broadcast it. That deal immediately increased the value of UFC to $7 billion. Yeah, but you see, you got to get it online and you got to get it streaming and you got to make it simple for me. And if I'm only going to, here's the thing, if I'm only going to have one of these streaming products, like if it's Netflix or Disney or whoever else, HBO Max or whatever, if one of these streaming services was capable of cornering the market for one of these leagues
with a lucrative deal,
possible. You hung on that lucrative.
Yeah.
UFC, NASCAR, Formula One, or WWE, you immediately move that entire fan base to that streaming service. Maybe with a little bit of aggravation for those that don't want to pay for whatever reason. But in many cases, they're already paying, like WWE, UFC. I don't know if Formula One might have its own streaming service too. So that would be an enormous deal.
Yeah, I can't imagine this happening. But man, if Netflix got a hold of UFC or something,
like exclusively, it's crazy.
Like all these streaming applications, they need something like this, like something that's live. I think would
live and when it comes to sports fans, it's so different than like a movie or something. Your entire identity is like associated with, you can be a super fan of Star Wars or something, but like if you're a basketball fan, that's just how you perceive yourself. You're like, I just know, but I'm just a basketball fan. That's it. Or football or whatever, hockey or F1 and so if your entire identity is threatened by the fact that in order to maintain your fandom, you must go to this other platform, man, that's a pretty strong pull for your monthly money. No doubt about it. That's why Disney's acquisitions of IP were so important. Because Marvel and Star Wars are they're as close as you're going to get in the fictional realm to brands like sports. But it would be a totally different type of project for these companies, and they'd have to do it well because these fans are... They want things to be a certain way.
Yeah. In the chat says F1 has F1 TV.
Right.
So it's a channel. And
then apparently in the U.S. it's on ESPN as well. So, but even you're an F1 fan now because of Netflix. So it goes to show you.
Yeah.
Goes to show you. They throw it on. They throw Drive to Survive, and now Willie Doo's he's on board.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it out yet, but I will.